Welcome, fight fans. Welcome back to the channel. So this news came out a few hours ago. I think I'm a bit late to the party. I'd obviously seen it when it came out recently, but I'm just making a video on it now. So Dillian Whyte has apparently accepted the terms for the WBC Diamond Belt position fight with Tyson Fury, and that came from Eddie Hearn's mouth. That is on Boxing Scene, so credit to Boxing Scene for providing that information to us. Eddie Hearn has stated that he's not interested in the Diamond Belt. He's interested in Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. He says it's a great fight, but Dillian Whyte wants to fight Deontay Wilder. He said also that if Rivas beats White and then moves on to Fury, then maybe that will be it. That won't be it, but so be it, he said. And then the winner will get Wilder. So that's very interesting because first of all, again, kudos to the haters. Not really, but my thing is this, right? Yes, this is a good fight, okay, but this also should have happened a long time ago. Now, I agree with people when they say that WBC is a bit dodgy, right? But I don't think there's any such thing of this protection program, because if you look at how quickly they mandated the Brazil fight, they had no problems with that at all, right? They had no problem making that, okay? Wilder will fight anyone. He was willing to fight Povetkin, Klitschko, and Fury way back years ago, 2015 onwards, even 2013 onwards. So what makes this different? Why would he not want to fight White? White had, I think, 3 mandatory positions up. One was for Ortiz, one was this one with Fury, I think, and I think there was one with someone else, and then he had the AJ fight offered to him. So what is holding White back? Because again, $4 to $5 million is not a lot of, that's not really something you turn down. Yeah, so you would take it. Everyone slags off Wilder for, not taking the DAZN deal, but if you look at the Boxing Boys podcast and Boxing Scene, you will find that the actual deal is not what it actually is. It's not what people think it is. I like White versus Wilder. I want to see that. That's a great fight. That's such a good fight. I love that. And I actually like that fight to be in the UK. But how come Dillian, and Eddie babble on about how he wants to fight Wilder when he could have just fought Ortiz and then this would have been over with? You could say, it's not guaranteed that they would have happened, that they would have mandated Wilder versus White. Then how come Brazil was so easy to make? The reason as to why, in my view, is because White has this bad habit of continuously shit talking. He was whining when the Brazil fight was a week away from happening. Just a few days ago, a week ago, in May. Okay? Before May 18th. He was complaining, but the fight was already done. It's already confirmed. It was going to happen. Right? But even, before the press conferences in Wayne, he was complaining about the fight. And then he comes out and states that he's a cabbage opponent. But he wanted to fight Brazil when the Joshua fight was off. So I don't understand. He's that bad, but you wanted to fight him. So, easy pickings or an actual good challenge? That's the thing. There's so many contradicting characters in this game. And Wilder's contradicted a couple of things, but you have to look deep into these things. 3 mandatory shots. Yeah, and then you got an AJ fight. You know what I mean? And again, yes, I know that Wilder said he'd freeze White out for 2 years or something, but you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Wilder has said that he wants to clearly fight White. He'll give him a shot, and that's on the Boxing Voice. I'm gonna have to find the video link to that just so people can believe me. But he said that. He said, if White can get through his next opponent, I'll give him a title shot. But yeah, like the fight's good with Fury. Like I'm glad for that. Also Fury has to really pull it out of the bag here and like freaking actually accept the fight because Cephas Fury, Francesco Pianetta, Deontay Wilder, and then Thomas Schwartz. That's not the best list. I mean, yeah, Wilder's great, but the other three, no. And I mean, that wins has to be good against Schwartz. Like if it's not, I don't know what's gonna happen with what Fury and his popularity in the US, but we'll see. I just hope Fury is a man of his word because he has ducked a few people in his time. Like, he didn't really want to fight Povetkin. He didn't want to fight Wilder back in 2013 and 2014, let alone 2015 as well. Even when he stormed into the ring, he wasn't serious. And all of a sudden, he wants to fight Wilder when Wilder had a tough fight with Ortiz. Like, I don't really get that, you know? Again, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, what's being offered? What's being put out there? Yeah? When you're given 3 mandatory spots and you pick Parker instead of Ortiz, right? That says that you don't really want to fight, unfortunately. So yeah, and put your comments below about what else you want me to cover and talk about. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to really look at the negative comments, but the actual news, any stuff that's come out. So yeah, and I just hope this fight with Whyte and Fury gets made because there's been a lot of stories about the sparring, and there's been a lot of stories about Whyte dropping Fury in sparring. So I think this fight should almost like settle all of that, even though Whyte has said that that won't happen. That he doesn't care about sparring. Not that it won't happen. That doesn't make any sense. And I just hope that like whoever wins this, because again, Fury's gonna fight Wilder anyway. Like he doesn't really need this spot. But if Whyte was to beat Fury, like will that fight be mandated? And if Fury beat Wilder, would Whyte still complain about his title shot? Because again, if you get beaten by someone that's better than you, you can't really complain. Because they've earned the spot. They beat you. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think of this situation below. And yeah, stay tuned for more. See you.